Okay, so let's see if we can reproduce our problem of the two new Mark V7s not being able to link to one another but working perfectly in a standalone mode. So here we have the right deck, which is already connected to our computer, and the software detects it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just try and see if the playback comes out. There you go. This is deck B, as you can see here, and it looks like flutter is working and everything is fine. So I'm going to pause it, switch to deck A now, and play a song on deck A. Seems it's working fine. So we know now that the right deck is working okay when it's on its own. We're going to turn it off. We're going to get the USB cable. We're going to plug it into the left deck. We're going to get the audio cables and plug them accordingly. There you go. And as you can see at the moment, the hardware disconnected. So I'm going to turn this on. It's not working. The deck starts. And here we can see the software detects the hardware. When we look at here, we have the deck A moved in, yes, and we also have the USB light flashing, which is normal because the USB is not connected. So I'm going to try and play a song and see if we can get any output. Yeah, seems like it's working for deck A. Pause it, swap deck B. Yeah, seems like deck B is working. And the controls are working as well. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to turn this unit off now. And here where it gets interesting, real interesting. What we're going to do is we're going to get the network cable and we're going to plug the network cable in the link at the back. I can hear the snap, so it's nice inside. I'm going to get the other end. We're going to move it and plug it into the second USB, which is right here. So what we should hear the snap again. There you go. Nice and locked inside. So we now have the two units with the network cable linked together. Well, the first unit, which is going to be our master, which is connected to our computer. And we have all the audio connected to that one as well. We just saw that it was working. So what we're going to try and do now is we're going to try and turn both of these units on. Leave the master button on the left unit on. And try and switch the master button on the right unit off. So basically what we're trying to do is have the left unit as our master unit. And the right unit is our slave unit. So there we go. I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to try and do this simultaneously, so excuse the camera shake a little bit. There you go, we have the two units on now. What I'm going to do, try and turn this off, but as you can see it takes a while before I'm able to turn this off. And even though I've turned this off now, I don't have the link cable lit up. And here, if you look, the link LED is also off. Now I've realized that what I've done is I've set the right deck as deck A and the left deck as deck B, but that shouldn't make any difference. I can go ahead and switch them both off now. Then what I'm going to do is select this as a deck B, which is the right deck, and select the left deck as a deck A. Just to make sure that we haven't messed up anything in the back, I'm going to take the camera, I'm going to have a look and see what exactly is connected in here. Here we have the network cable, which we already established is very secure. As a deck position, we have chosen the right deck to be right, and then we have the torque set to low. I'm going to go ahead, have a look at the other one. and pretty much the same here, but a couple more cables, which are the audio cables. We have our link, which is very secure, and we also have, I don't know if I can show this, we also have the deck selection here set as the left deck, and the torque also set as low. So we have the USB cable, the unit is connected to the computer. Here we have selected as a deck A, and here we have selected as a deck B. I don't know if that's visible. I think it is now. There you go, deck B. And here you go, deck A. So what I'm doing is I'm going to turn them both off. Okay. Turn them both off and try again and deselect this button, which is the master button, but as you can see it takes a while before this happens. And here the link LED is still off. Now with this situation the way it is, the left controller works fine, works just like there is no link in between the two cables. I can control both decks in the software, left and right. Like you. While the right deck, even though it's on, and I can press all the buttons and you can see that the platter starts moving, actually it does not have any effect on the software. And as you can see, I can set pretty much any button I like, turn them all on or off, whatever I feel like. So all the buttons react as normal. But they don't communicate with the first deck, so they can't really link as in to the music. I can't control anything. So we're going to try and do this again, same exercise. Turn this off, both of them, and I'm going to leave the camera standing here so I can work with both hands and see if that yields any better results. Hoping it will. Okay, let's see how this is going to work now. It's going to be a bit tricky. Okay, let's try and do both decks one by one and see if we can get any feedback here. So there you go, try and turn them all both on. And now I'm trying to turn this off. And while the software detects deck A, I'm still having troubles turning this off. Now we're going to try and have the same idea but for the first deck. There you go. So I'm turning them off and I'm going to try and turn them on again, and I'm going to try and deselect the master on the second deck, on the right deck, but basically nothing is happening. And as you can see here, the USB light lights up but the link still stays off. So we're going to turn this off and we're going to try to reverse the decks. Basically make our master deck the deck B and have our slave deck the deck A, and see if that yields any results. So I'm moving the cables, audio cables, just so we can have some audio in case we need it. And I'm going to plug this out because, well, you don't know, the cable may be faulty, so I'm going to get rid of this cable and I'm going to use a new line cable. Also very nice, very secure. And there you go. Plugging it in, you can hear it clicking. Plugging it in, you can hear it clicking. There is absolutely no moving in either of them. So this here, now it's going to be our secondary or slave deck. So this master button should be switched off. While here, the right deck, sorry, will be our master deck right now, because we have the USB cables swapped and the audio coming out from deck B rather than deck A. So there you go. Let's see if I can have a nice little close up on the buttons here. It would be nice if we can, there you go. I think that's close enough. So in 3, 2, 1, I'm turning them on and I'm going to try to switch this off and establish a link, but as you can see, it's not happening. There's no USB, there's no link. We're moving the same. Going to have a look right now. And our master deck, the USB is plugged in, master is lit up, but the link is not working. So it's exactly the same as it was before.